Previously on Survivor Cherry Tree Woods, the two tribes competed in a blindfold challenge to earn immunity and the first reward of the season. Christina stepped up to be the caller for the Puna tribe, but cost her tribe crucial time after missing the fourth bag, letting Sana win immunity. Back at camp, Kyle and Paul tried to rally the votes to take out Christina, while the alliance of Christina, Dan, and Molly tried to flip the votes to Kyle, leaving Jamie and Dano in the middle. At the tribal council, the Sana tribe earned the right to save a Puna member, and they chose Dan O. When the votes were cast, Jamie flipped and voted for Christina, but Dan O voted for Kyle, sending him home in a 4-3 vote. 13 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Alright, no, we're going back to that. What we got next?
Yeah, we're not doing that. That was terrible.
Oof. I definitely feel a little distraught about it. I was definitely between Paul or Kyle with that one, and if Kyle was going to be saved, it was going to be Paul, so I had a second option as well. Bruce string. That was crazy. I just think, like, all of us are very in line with everyone, and it was a really hard decision, and we just had to, like, come together and make a decision as a group.
Yeah.
Tribe. 2.
There's
Kyle.
6 best of us.
2. Kyle's got voted off. Kyle.
I love this show.
It was really close. It was between Tina and Kyle.
Paul that got him out. Paul.
Whoa!
So last tribal council, I knew there was going to be some outsider, little split of the thing. I knew a lot of people were going to be voting for Dane, right? But there was also a little strategy that if we could break up the alliance a little bit, we could go for Tina.
Paul!
I knew I was voting Tina. I know Jamie was voting Tina, Kyle was voting Tina, Danny was voting Tina. That's 4. Who flipped? I know who it is.
That was sad. I don't like this game. The alliances are kind of holding strong here, and I think Paul definitely thought I was voting another way that I didn't, and I'm almost positive that my vote was the swing vote to Kyle.
That was crazy.
Well, I think the people were targeting me because I expected it from Kyle and Paul because no one was breaking off, and so I had to pitch Paul while Kyle was still sitting there, and that's his number 1, obviously. And then immediately after we had that conversation, Kyle pulled Paul into the tent. So I was like, okay. And I saw Kyle's face when I suggested Paul. I knew that was going to happen. And then the third one was a surprise. And I'm not 100% sure who did it. I think it was either Jamie or Danny.
We know how to piss people off.
Dude, that was crazy. I can't believe it was that close.
I know.
It felt like we were divided going into that tribal, but there's definitely mistrust. I'm kind of putting the mistrust onto another person in my tribe, but it's kind of easy because it's already there. The mistrust is already there.
With 4 of us, like, pretty good terms, that's looking pretty good for me. There could still be some crazy stuff happening, but let's hope the alliance stands strong.
I think given that Dan was safe, that makes me think, well, maybe we should get Dan out because the other tribe clearly values him and would potentially want to work with him. So he's kind of, I'm thinking maybe our next target if it's not me.
I feel like he's gonna be next to go.
I could honestly, you could make an argument for all of them, right? Like, is somebody over there going to think of the fact that we saved Dan out, and then they're going to try and get him out before the match?
Oh,
yeah.
Or that would really
Did
lower.
we make him a target?
I think we did when we were walking out, which I'm also fine with. I think we did a good play by keeping Danielle around, but I don't know. You don't really know what's going on over there, and you don't know if it's for show.
It's gonna be on our side.
You better make that's what I'm saying. But you also gotta hope. At that
I
point,
think him and Paul might be tight now. We think we might be able to pull him in if we do merge, because we don't think he's aligned with too many people prior to the game.
Maybe we misread the whole situation and he'll act like he's with us to get our intel, and then he is with them.
yeah, I could see him easily. Yeah, I could see him easily being with the girls section of that, because I think Jamie, Tina, Molly, all just kind of have their own plan and work together and pull in. I think Molly's a super freak with this show. I think Tina is too. I think Jamie is as well. All the ones there that I just named, I think, are obsessed with this show. So why would I want to save them when I think there's a bunch of drama going over there?
I'm saying exactly like that's what snakes are. Gonna try and get in.
Wow. The reason we saved him is because he kind of felt like an outcast on that squad because of who they eliminated first round. So we kind of all collectively thought that if we saved him, once the merge comes, he'd be easier to join on our side of the merge. So we're sticking together as a squad, so we'd like to have him on our side.
All right, Puna Tribe, you guys can come in.
I wonder who got saved.
Kyle voted off. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. This challenge is very simple. One by one, you will go up. You will each hold a cone on a paddle, and you're going to try to swap the other person's cone. This challenge does not need to be guy, girl, even, so you guys can sit out whoever you want.
Yeah, it's more of like trying to get it done and knock them off.
I'm not put your arm. I'm not very who's that long, and you're like more assertive than me. So I feel like you're gonna be more like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like.
Longer arm span. All of it.
You do have long arms. I'm not aggressive. You're in. I'm not aggressive.
You're in.
You better be. I'm not aggressive. Be aggressive.
Go for it. Yeah.
Smackers. Oh my god, that's such a good idea.
Only do that one time if you're
Right,
close
right,
enough.
You guys sitting out? Who's sitting out?
Sitting out Jeanette.
Jeanette, nice. All right, first to four, Mitch versus Dan. Survivors ready? Go.
I think so.
No, don't fucking.
That's 1 point, Cunha.
Is that allowed?
It's when it hits the ground.
That was like a loophole.
Bingo. Gotta watch Survivor.
Kevin versus Paul. Survivors ready? Go. Cunha. 2 points, Cunha. All right, who you guys put up next? Danny versus Dave. All right, survivors ready? Go. No! Danny's touch first. 1 point, Sana. All right, Jamie versus Kylie. All right, survivors ready? Go. Stay inside the square. All right, we're gonna get a replay. Yeah, we also agree that orange hit first. Yeah. All right, we're tied 2-2. All right, Christina versus Nicole. Survivors ready?
Ready.
Go.
Get her, Nicole. Come on, Nicole. Go, girl.
She's scared.
Ah,
Cunha. All right, this is game point for Cunha. Molly versus Paige. Survivors ready? Go. All right, Cunha wins the meeting.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Yeah, guys, get in. What's her name?
You guys lost, and you guys got to go back to tribal council. You guys can head back to your camp and strategize for a little bit, and we'll be there.
Orange team is like deep in like strategy.
Yeah.
That was our
Because we're trying to
strategy.
decide who to sit out, but we didn't need to sit anyone out.
Not great. It was sad to watch. I was sitting this one out, and I don't know. I don't think I could have been any more help, but it was difficult for me to watch from the sidelines.
The longest arms, guys. Come on. Sorry, that was my idea.
Bummed we were close, but I don't really think there was more we could do. But our strategy just wasn't there because you were doing longest arms. That was my idea, so it was bad.
The girls might have been scheming about split working together.
I want to vote out Mitch. I think he has the immunity idol, so I want to flush it or rattle him.
This round, it's hard to say, but we were thinking one of the girls.
Is it going to be on top of the shed?
I don't know.
If I had to pick somebody, it would be Kylie. Says the physicality isn't there in challenges, tries with puzzles and stuff, but we have Jeanette for puzzles or Paige for puzzles. So it's like, all right, so where's your mold in this important part where challenges actually matter?
I don't think I'm in danger, but I feel like I need to decide who I want to work with moving forward. Like I feel like I have a big decision to make tonight. Some of the girls think that Mitch might have an immunity idol. I don't know if I think he does or not. I think it might be a good move for me if I can find a moment to pull him aside and let him know they're saying that. So kind of deciding whether or not I want to try to align myself with Mitch and Dave or with Nicole and Jeanette.
All right, back here again. Not on the right side of it though. You guys kind of influenced last tribal council. The other team was kind of pissed off.
We did our job.
Oh, wow.
How do you guys feel as a tribe right now? You guys seem like the Kumbaya tribe. Is that still the case, Paige?
Yeah. I
Great.
feel like there's a lot less drama on this tribe from what we can
Yeah. What are you, Jeanette? What are you basing your vote on?
Oh man. I'm basing my vote on the lengthy discussion I had with my team over there that's honestly a bit private, but you'll find out how it goes.
Okay. So, Dave, are you guys in agreement of who's going to be voted out?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. So there should be no surprises tonight. Today, I guess, whatever. Let's talk a little bit more about idols. Do you guys suspect anyone on the other tribe to have it? You guys know who has it on the other tribe. Do you guys think now, last tribal council, you guys said no one on this tribe had it. You guys think anyone found it since? Okay.
I don't think there's been any time. We've all just kind of not left each other's side, to
Sides,
be honest.
yeah.
You know, it's one of those.
So moving forward, are you guys expecting to be tight when the merge happens, Nicole?
That's our goal.
That's your goal, sticking together. All right, I like it. All right.
Sound strong.
I like it, I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Kylie, were you shocked that Kyle got out last round?
No.
Why?
I don't know. There was no like logic behind it. I just like thought
You had a feeling?
he was going. Yeah. Everybody else was like, Paul's going. I was like, no, it's Kyle.
Kevin, do you think that having Lauren out of the game now and Kylie having Kyle out of the game now that helps your chances or hurts your chances that your partners are out?
I don't know. That's tough to say. I think it could go either way.
See how it goes?
Yeah.
All right, all right. I feel like this tribe has their mind made up, so I feel like we shouldn't have to stall more time. So we can start voting. Mitch, you gotta vote.
I have a bad feeling this time, and hopefully I'm wrong. Enjoy your meal.
The person that I'm voting for definitely has an immunity idol.
Alright, I will go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. Alright. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the trial counselor immediately. I will read the votes. First vote, Kylie. Mitch. Kylie. That's 2 votes Kylie, 1 vote Mitch. Kylie. That's 3 votes Kylie, 1 vote Mitch. 4th person voted out, Survivor Cherry Tree Woods, Kylie. Kylie, you gotta bring me your torch. Kylie, try to spoke it. Sonic Tribe, another unanimous vote. You guys seem very kumbaya, very together. We'll see if that lasts throughout the game. You guys can grab your stuff and head back to camp.
I kind of knew I was going home, but I almost had the votes flipped. Me, Paige, Nicole, and Jeanette all know that Mitch has an immunity idol. We were talking about maybe flipping the vote to Mitch and hopefully having the numbers for that, but they want to kind of keep the peace for the merger, so it was unanimous this time. It was fun, too many bugs. My only regret is not being a camper, because this was fun.
But before we get to our 5th immunity challenge, I want everyone to drop their buffs. Take off your bandanas.
Oh.
Take off your bandanas. Mitch, come up and pick up a cup.
Oh my goodness. This is unreal.
Won't be scary, I promise. Show it to the class, please.
Yeah!